Command, or we might say today execution, is important in the dynamics of human action because, as the word implies, to command is to direct something to something else. And to direct something to something else implies order. There's one thing which is ordered to another. And order is located in the nature and dynamics and decisions, rather the judgments of the intellect. So command is to direct something to something else, which is an act of ordering, which is an act of human rationality. And so in command, in the context of human action, reason directs, it orders. And it says something like, this should be done, or, even more directly, do this. So if we place this in relation to use, we talked about intending the end, we talked about choosing means, but before we can choose means, we have to have counsel which evaluates, the intellect evaluates and judges, determines which means are better proportioned to the attainment of an end. And when reason has identified, yes, this is the means, or these are the set of means that will effectively bring about the desired end, it issues a command, do this, or this should be done. And then we move from the intellect, or rather with the intellect, to what Aquinas calls use. Use is the will's application of the chosen means to an intended end that follows the command of reason. So, while consent was reason's approbation, approval of a chosen means, and command actually says, okay, now that you've said that this is good, do this, and then the will comes in and uses these chosen means in the concrete to arrive at the end, or to tend toward the intended end. So what we see in the big picture of Aquinas' discussion about human action is it begins very concretely, this end, this good thing that I intend, that I desire. And then we move up to the abstract, where Aquinas begins to consider all of the possible means. But now, with command, the intellect, and with use, the will, we begin to execute and to employ, use, the means that we have chosen in a real movement, a real act to attain the real intended end. So that's the dynamic of command and use. Command is the intellect issuing an order, do this, will implementing, using this chosen means in the movement of desire, of intention to the end.